Om Sadashivasamārambhām Shankarācārya-madhyamām Asmadācārya-paryantāṃ Vande Guru-paraṁparāम्. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. First shloka of Vivekachoodamani. Om Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham. Let's chant from number 75. Aikyam Tayoho Lakshitayoho. 75. Aikyam Tayor Lakshitayor Navachyayoho.
Aikyam tayor lakshitayor navachyayoho
Nigatyate Nyonya Viruddhadharminoho.
nigajyate nyonya viruddhadharminoho
Khadyota Bhanvoriva Rajabhrityayoho.
khadyota bhanvoriva rajabhrityayoho
Kupamburashyof Paramanumervoho.
kupamburashyof paramanumervoho
Tayorvirodhoyamupadhikalpitaha.
tayorvirodhoyamupadhikalpitaha
Na vastavah kaschidupādhireshah.
na vastavah kaschid upadhireshaha
Īshasya maya mahadādikaranam.
ईशस्य माया महदादिकारणम्
Jīvasya karyam shrunu panchakoshāha.
जीवस्य कार्यं शृणु पञ्चकोशाः
Yetavupādhi parajivayostayoho.
एतावुपाधि परजीवयोस्तयोः
Samyang nirase na paro na jivaha.
सम्यङ् निरासेन परो न जीवः
Rajyam narendrasya bhatasya khetakaha.
राज्यं नरेन्द्रस्य भटस्य खेटकः
Tayorapohe na bhato na raja.
तयोरपोहेन भटो न राजा
Tatastu tau lakshanaya sulakshyav.
ततस्तु तौ लक्षणया सुलक्ष्यौ
Tayor Tayorakhandaika rasatva siddhaye.
तयोरकण्ठैकरसत्वसिद्धये
Nalam jahatya na tathā jahatya.
नालं जहत्या न तथा जहत्या
Kintu bhayarthatmikayaiva bhavyam.
किन्तु भयार्तात्मिकयैव भाव्यम्
I think I need to give the translation. Is it not?
Yes, 78 translation has to be.
Okay.
Yes.
78. All right. Let's look at the translation. Therefore, they, within brackets, Jiva and Ishvara. Therefore, they, Jiva and Ishvara, should be indicated. Should be indicated by a process of implication. Therefore, they, Jiva and Ishvara, should be indicated by a process of implication, comma, for establishing the undivided oneness. For establishing the undivided oneness of these two. Undivided oneness of these two. Full stop. It is not enough to indicate by Jahal Lakshana. Jahal Lakshana, comma, total rejection. It is not enough to indicate by Jahal Lakshana total rejection, semicolon. Similarly, not by Ajahal Lakshana. Similarly, not by Ajahal Lakshana by total non-rejection. Semicolon. Rather, it should be considered by a process of a combination of the two. Rather, it should be considered by a process of a combination of the two. So, reading the whole thing again. Therefore, they, Jiva and Ishvara, should be indicated by a process of implication for establishing the undivided oneness of these two. It is not enough to indicate by Jahal Lakshana total rejection. Similarly, not by Ajahal Lakshana by total non-rejection. Rather, it should be considered by a process of a combination of the two. Let us chant the next shloka, number 79. Devadatto'yam
तदेवदत्तोऽयम्
itīha caikatā
इतीह चैकता
viruddhadharmāṃśam
विरुद्धधर्मांशम्
Patabheda. Apasya kathyate.
अपास्य कथ्यते.
There's an alternate reading. It says apasyasya. So we will go with the apāsya kathyate. Tathā, yathā
yathā
tathā
yathā tathā
tattvamasīti vākye
tattvamasīti vākye
viruddhadharmāṃ
viruddhadharmān
ubhayatra hitvā
ubhayatra hitvā
devadatto'yamitīha caikatā
devadatto'yamitīha caikatā
viruddhadharmāṃśamapāsya kathyate
viruddhadharmāṃśamapāsya kathyate
yathā tathā tattvamasīti vākye
yathā tathā tathvamasīti vākye
viruddhadharmānubhayatra hitvā.
viruddhadharmānubhayatra hitvā.
Very good. So, over the last, from shloka number 61 onwards, we have been looking at the meaning of tvam over a few shlokas. Then tat, what does the word tat mean? Then over the last 5-6 shlokas, we are looking at asi, tat tvam asi. Once somebody came to Swamiji and said, Swamiji, can you teach me tattvamasīti? Tattvamasīti. So tattvamasīti people seem to know, somewhere they've heard it. And somehow, especially, it's not obvious that you'll hear it, but once you hear it, then after that you start hearing it more and more often, like anything else. So that asi pada is what we are discussing now. Asi means are. You are that, So that pada is being discussed. The identity is being discussed. Why do you take so much pains? Why don't you leave Bhagavan aside, alone? He is doing fine. If you are not doing fine, what's your problem? Why do you probe into the affairs of God? Is it your business? Anywhere in the constitution of the country, does it say all these things? Is there anybody in this universe talking about probing into what is God? Science is only probing about what are the things I can see. And you just, if you want to probe, you do that kind of probing. And somebody sitting in heaven and all, you're asking questions and you're trying to equate himself to you. Just because he's not here, I can talk anything about God, no? God is not there. God is not listening to me. So I can say whatever and get away with it also. Yeah, nice argument. All that is fine. Just everything is different from each other. As simple as that. Otherwise, transaction is not possible in this universe. Everything is different. So why don't you satisfy yourself with that and move on? Yeah, we could move on. We could move on. We are all trying to move on only. There is nothing. It's not like we are going backward. And we have come here after some reflection, after the thought process, after some deep thinking. Adhikaritvam is there sitting before us. And this Viveka, Vairagya, Shamadamadi, Shatka Sampatti, Mumukshutvam is all sitting there, right? And Artha Kama, we've analyzed the pursuit of a human being. A human being is a conscious being, self-judgmental, and therefore having victimized oneself. Nobody is victimizing me. I've been thinking all along the gods are victimizing me, and therefore I had to have a dialogue with God. All this I thought, but now slowly I'm realizing that may not be the case. If that is indeed not the case, what is the solution? Did I tell you the story of Murari? How many of you know the story of Murari? Some of you have heard it. I've said it once. At least once I've said it. Okay. So, leave God alone aside means what? That is what everybody does. That's the most obvious thing. Nobody probes into affairs of God. We like to hear the stories. The Hindus love to hear the stories. Leela is there. So Bhagavatam and all, so forth, Skanda Puranam, Vishnu Puranam, Puranam, so much is there. So much is there. You can just listen, and a day gets done. So this Advaita Vedanta Acharya was there. He was teaching Advaita Vedanta, obviously. And many students were there. And this one student, he could not handle this tattvamasīti. Tattvamasīti he could not handle. Everything he could handle. This Panchakosha, this, that, Shariratrayam, is all very obvious. That he could handle. But this Mithya, he couldn't. And then Tattvamasīti, no chance. How can I be God? How can I be Narayana? Like this, he said finally he couldn't sit in class. If you can't accept something and you can't keep on listening to that. So he just told Acharya, he was frank. He said, no, this, I cannot accept this. And Guruji said, no problem. I mean, nobody, one good thing in all these classes is our acharyas don't force anybody to sit in class. So fine, God bless you, go and Dvaita is the truth, he said. Said, nothing wrong, you go, there are a lot of Dvaita acharyas also. And so he went, he left. So he left and then years passed. Suddenly he decided after 10, 12 years of studying Sanskrit and Panini and this Kaumudi, Siddhanta Kaumudi, Lagu Siddhanta Kaumudi and all that, and then all Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, Bhashyam, everything he studied. And then he finally said, I'm now qualified to actually talk to my Advaita Vedanta Guruji about all the things I studied. Dvaita Vedanta, And so he came to the ashram. Comes to the ashram and Guruji is there in a room and Guruji has not shaved in a long time. In the 12 years that this guy is gone, no shaving was done. And so any shaving, some trimming he might have done. And so today he decided to shave. So the barber Murari is shaving Guruji, Advaita Vedanta Guruji. And the Guruji is in meditation or dhyanam or whatever. So because what do you get by simply looking at yourself in the mirror for some time? He said, my good time for me to just relax. And then he closed his eyes and then Murari's job is done. And Murari says, because every barber has to get some feedback from the person, right? Acha hai, okay, everything is good. Like that you have to say. Only then he will be happy that his job is done properly. So Guruji, आप आँख खोल सकते हैं. You can open your eyes. I've done my. Please check. So Guruji opens his eyes, and Guruji is shocked. Guruji is shocked. 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 Okay. Why should he be shocked? Because he's been looking at himself for the last so many years with a beard, white beard and all, and 60, 70, whatever. He looks at him and says, 30 years old he looks like. Young man. And a young man is looking at a mirror. So totally shocked. And he was so shocked. He said, I have only heard of Jayate asti vardate viparinamate apakshiyate vinashyati. Okay, this is all I've been teaching. I have been teaching this for the last 35 years, 40 years. This man has come and changed the whole direction. I have to now start teaching. Go back like this. How can I go back? No book says like that. Yaska has said it. Niruktam. I'm quoting Niruktam. And this fellow has made from 70, he made 35. Half the age. So he just looks at Murari and says, you are Narayana. And this Murari thought the Guruji was joking. You are Narayana. And he comes, Guruji is coming and falling at Murari's feet. Murari is shocked now. Murari is totally shocked. Have you heard of any Acharya falling at the feet of anybody else? His Guruji and other sannyasis possible. But that too a barber. He is running away. Guruji, no, please don't do this. You are Narayana. I have to. Guruji, I am not Narayana. I am not Narayana. He is going round. They are running. No, you are Narayana. No, I am not Narayana. No, I am Narayana. No, I am not Narayana. And who is watching all this? This Dvaita Guru. He is not a Guru maybe, but he is the Dvaita Pandita. Let's call him Dvaita Pandita. Dvaita Pandita is watching all these things. And this fellow is now shocked. You know why he's shocked? He's thinking, all these thoughts are going in his head. I spent the last 12 years studying Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi and Panini I have mastered. I know Bhagavad Gita, all verses and all bhashyams I've studied. And so much I studied. And now I'm very clear that atatvamasi, I am not Narayana. This barber, he knows nothing. He hardly third grade pass. And he says, I'm not Narayana. So this man is shocked now. Who is shocked? The Dvaita Pandita is shocked. And this is how the story goes. Now you can laugh. The joke is over. And so he also knows I am not Narayana. This Pandita also knows I am not Narayana. It doesn't take much to know I am not Narayana. Anybody knows it. Okay? An urchin knows it. A homeless guy knows it. Okay? So sitting and day and night and studying all this and grammar and equation and jahal lakshanam and ajahal lakshanam. So in order to know that I am different from everything else, you don't need to study anything. And so that is why this study becomes even more important. Why? Because maybe I have not understood something. Maybe I am making a conclusion that is wrong, and maybe that conclusion is universally wrong. That thought has to come. When that thought comes, it starts taking shape. Then, like this particular student in this Vivekachoodamani who asked those questions, ko nama bandhaha kathamesha agataha. I hope at least one or two of you have memorized it. Ko nama bandhaha kathamesha agataha katham pratishtasya katham vimokshaha kaha asau anatma paramah ka atma tayor vivekaha kathametaduchyatam. 7 questions he asked. Shloka number 20 or 25 or something like that. That is, we are now at the 7th question. Tayor vivekaha katham etad uchyatam. Tayor vivekaha. Atma anatmanoho vivekaha. This atma anatma distinction, clarity. I want to be clear about the difference between atma and anatma. Tayor vivekaha katham. What is? Tell me how to get into the bottom of this. That is what the student asked. That last 7th question, answer Shankaracharya is giving, and that is kind of where we are. Okay. And so this Jahal Lakshanam, Ajahal Lakshanam, we spent a good bit of time last class. What is Jahal Lakshanam? Jaham, Jahati, Prajahati Yada Kaman. One. So the Jaham, Jahat, Ha, Ohak, Tyage. To give up, to reject, to throw away, That is called jahat. So jahal lakshanam means what? When the vācyartha doesn't suit you, doesn't apply, vācyartha doesn't apply. Like when somebody says, Vivek, you're a lion. You're a lion means a person who says does not literally mean Vivek is lion. So you have to give up something in this sentence. You can't take these words literally. So giving up something, the actual physical lion aspect, you have to give up. Give up completely. All right. Like that, I had 2 cups. If somebody says, please don't get shocked. You're not going to take it literally. You're not going to say he just crunched into all these 2 cups. Not like that. You have to give up the cup completely. And in this example, for it to make sense, you have to bring coffee or tea into the picture. So that giving up completely, total rejection, as we translated it, Swamiji translated it, total rejection, that is called jahat. Jahal lakshanam. Then what about ajahal lakshanam? Jahat is rejection. Ajahat means non-rejection. Non-rejection means just keep it as it is. Please get me water. Please get me water. Good example. Swamiji, Paramarthanandaji's example. Are you hearing any noise?
No.
No. Okay, that's good. Okay, but I'm hearing it. So give me a ajahal lakshanam. Opposite of rejection, non-rejection. Means what? Give me water means you don't reject water. That's all the meaning. You don't reject water. And instead you add something to make this sentence meaningful. We saw these examples. Then he says, no, you can't apply total rejection of Ishvara and total rejection of Jiva. If you do all that, nothing will remain. You have to have some things remaining. The actual entity must be there. But some parts you have to remove. That removal of parts is called Jahal Ajahal Lakshana. Jahal means what? Some things you have to remove, and Ajahal, some things you have to retain. Partial rejection ityarthaha. Ajahal, Jahal Ajahal Lakshanam. That is why also called Bhaga Tyaga Lakshanam. Tyaga of a Bhaga. Tyaga of a portion. Bhaga Tyaga Lakshanam. This is classic in Advaita Vedanta. So that topic Bhagavan Shankaracharya introduced not just in the last shloka, but he's been talking about this giving up. Samyang Nirase was there in 77. All that we saw. And when you do this, what will happen? Look at shloka number 77. Samyang Nirase na paro na jivaha. Then this neither para is there nor jiva is there. Means what? The jivatvam is gone. All the things which I list myself as, and that is all my upadhi, including my body, and my upadhi is gone. Is gone means what? Is rejected, cognitively rejected. And likewise the upadhi of Ishvara is rejected. All the sarvajñatvam, sarvashaktimatvam, sarvavyapitvam, everything rejected. And so what remains? What does he say? What remains is somewhere I thought we saw what remains.
The essence.
The essence. This is saying in one of the shlokas. Vastava samyang rajyam na pato. Okay. Okay. Na paro na jivaha. He doesn't say what remains. The para goes off, jiva also goes off, he says. And ubhayarthatmika eva bhavyam. Next shloka is going to say that. But I thought somewhere he mentioned it.
Is it not tathvasiddhaye? Tayor khandair?
Correct. Siddhaye. Where is that? Yeah, there it is. Tayoho akhandaikara sattva siddhaye. There it says, okay, correct. You're right. Akhanda ekarasam. Akhanda ekarasam will remain. Correct. That is what it is. which he's going to mention again also. Not here, but in the next shloka. Akhanda. That undivided whole will be there. Undivided whole. That undivided whole, which the infant also, baby, the baby that's running all over the place is also experiencing no limitations. My house, your house, this is mine, yours, not there at all. Nothing. This mine and yours not there for a child. Literally, it is not there until the child learns from the parents. Correct? That mine, yours, the child has to learn. If you leave the child aside, it will just grow up without knowing any this divisions, borders, all the everything, nothing it will know. Nothing. That is akhanda ekarasam. But that is based on ignorance. Ignorance based akhanda ekarasam there. But here akhanda ekarasam is it's a result of jnanam, of course. And so here an example is given. Now you have enough background to understand these examples. A very popular example Bhagavan Shankaracharya is giving here. Saha devadattaha. Split the words properly. Saha devadattaha ayam iti iha. A lot of words are there. Cha ekatā. I hope all of you are splitting all these things. Saha devadattaha ayam iti iha cha ekatā viruddhadharmāṃśam, then apāsya kathyate. Then the next line, yathā tathā tathvamasi is one word. Iti, then vākye viruddhadharmānubhayatra hitvā. I hope you are putting some slashes or something there for you to identify. All right. So, saha devadattaha ayam iti. Okay. So, iha. Iha means what? In this context, iha. In this context, iha. In what context? In this tathvamasi context, in this context of understanding the statement tathvamasi. Why tathvamasi? Because Chandogya Upanishad, the word tathvamasi, that phrase comes exactly as it is. Not once, not twice, not thrice, 9 times the father is uttering this phrase to his son Shvetaketu. So that statement is important. It is a mahavakyam. It's a mahavakyam because it is equating. The word mahavakyam itself need not arise in the language, unless such an idea has been there among our rishis. And so, iha, in that context, in the context of the analysis of the sentence tathvamasi, okay, saha devadattaha ayam iti cha ekatā. That ekatā has to be recognized. Ekatā, ekatā means oneness. Oneness means what? Identity. See, oneness is a dangerous word. जीव ईश्वर से ऐक्य हो गया. ऐक्य. Hindi mein, I don't know if ऐक्य is there or not. Jiva has merged with Ishvara. Correct? That's what all of us want. Correct? In the heart of hearts, that's what we want. We want to merge with Ishvara. Because everybody is, after death, they are all merging with Ishvara. That is a prayer. That is a prayer. So, what happens is not clear, but we want to merge. So this merging is there. 2 separate entities are coming together and something is happening. Or maybe they join like the 2 carriages of a train. Okay, they join. Inseparably they join like this. Or something that happens, and that something happening where the jiva goes towards the Ishvara, Bhagavan, and then something happens, and that happening is called merging. Okay, this is the common idea. In our Hindu dharma also. If you ask anybody, they will talk about merging. Because that is a good point of going to heaven, Vaikuntha, etc. That is the That is what it is. I'm going closer to Ishvara. And once I go close, that's it. There can't be any more separation beyond that. And moksha is achieved. Sometimes this word aikyam can imply that. Jiveshwara aikyam means Jiveshwara merging. Okay. And so he is going to say that Akhanda Ekarasatva Siddhaye was said in the earlier shloka. And again, he's going to say this Akhanda Bhavaha in the next shloka. Why? So that we don't get carried away by this Aikyam word and thinking it is merging. Why there can't be any merging? Because of our way of our understanding. Hey, there is only one consciousness, all-pervasive consciousness. We are not talking about two consciousnesses which have to merge each other and shake hands with each other. No. Therefore, the all-pervasive space can never be divided, and there is no question of merging at all. This removal of upadhi is the key. Anyway, so he's here, he's giving an example. Saha devadattaha ayam. Shankaracharya is playing a nice game. Soyam devadatta is what we always keep saying. Soyam devadatta. Maybe the meter, he's wanting one extra syllable, I think. So he says Saha devadattaha ayam. You know, it's not even correct to talk like that about Shankaracharya. Because words are coming out of the mouth. It's not even like he's composing. You can't even say he's composing. That's a wrong statement. Oh, wait a minute, this something is wrong, something one syllable less more. Not like that. Shankaracharya can't be like that. This is our way of thinking is like that. So, Saha devadattaha ayam. Ayam means, okay, now you understand the example. The friend has come, devadattaha has come, and let's give our own example before giving Shastra example. What happened long ago? One of my friends, my classmates from Hyderabad, I visited his home. He was there very much in that same city in Houston. And so I visited him. He called me for dinner. And so I went. We were talking and I met, he introduced me to another person there. So his another friend was there. And so Manoj, etc. So hi, how are you? Where are you working? Typical things happen. Then we had dinner also. Then this Ram, my friend there, my host, so he's looking at some Facebook or something on his phone. And then he shows me this thing. Hey, look, he shows me some photograph because he's moderating our high school Facebook, whatever that group or page or something like that. And I don't see it at all. So he comes and shows me some photographs he posted. And then I said, oh, that is Chetna. Chetna is our classmate. And this is Manjula. This is so-and-so and all. I was just very happy seeing those photographs. And I could recognize these things. Then he said, you remember Chetna? Yeah, of course I remember Chetna. Because we were in some people were in the top of the class, and I was in that group which was in the top of the class, and the Chetna used to give me a tough competition. I know that, so I can't forget it. That is why I remember Chetna, not for any other reason. Okay, so Chetna. Then he said, yeah, I mean his brother and all his sisters, they had a big family, and so his brother used to sing well and even act well and things like that. So, oh, you're talking about Manoj, he asked me. Yeah, Manoj. That Manoj is this Manoj. That is what he said. Look at the game he played. That Manoj is this Manoj. Saha Manojaha. Yeshaha Manojaha. I am Manojaha, he said. And I looked at him, I said, Kya re, Manoj? That time, all the words that come out of the mouth, it's not linguistic. They're part not of any language and all that. English, Hindi and all. Kya re? Nakko, aisa kya kiya? Some words came out. That too, this Hyderabadi Hindi, it is not Hindi at all. It is just massacred Hindi. And nakko, kaiko, and all these words will come. And those words came out of my mouth. So what happened? Soyam devadattaha, soyam manojaha, saha manojaha, which I knew very well, is yeshaha manojaha, ayam manojaha. Sitting in front of you, you had dinner with him. That Manoj is no different than that Manoj. Now, when I say ha, who, and all that, what happened? Suddenly, this identity occurred. Now, this Manoj is not the Manoj I was thinking. Oh, he's employed in Houston. When did you come to Houston? Etc. That Manoj is gone, completely gone. Completely gone. That history he told me is all gone from my mind. Why? Because now I am connecting him to some other person whom I know even better. Before I even met him today, I know the person. I know him very well, in fact. In fact, I can ask him to sing some songs. I can ask him to sing the songs from that movie also, I can tell. That kind of knowledge of Manoj I have. Saha Devadattaha is this Devadatta. But I can't, if they were really equal, I should have recognized him. Why I did not recognize him? Because these people are different. They are different. Physical features are all different, unrecognizable. Some people become really big too quickly. And so you're not recognizable. Neither did he recognize me. Maybe behind the scenes, these fellows talk to each other and all. I don't know about all that. Let's call him, don't tell him anything about this, you and this. Let us play a game with Jaikumar. Like that, they may have discussed. I don't know. And so, but I could not recognize him. Why? Because he's not the same person. But this Ram said he is the same person. Who is correct? Same person or not same person? That same person just looms large. Once you know same person, then you don't look at this person the same way at all. You have dropped all the upadhi is gone. All this fatness and then working in this company, all that irrelevant. Irrelevant. What is relevant? Oh, you are that same person. Tell me about yourself. How did you get here? How is your sister doing? How is your brother doing? This is the question. Now questions are all changing. See that. Previously, where are you working? Where do you live? Which suburb? All these basic questions. Okay. But now the questions are all changed. Soyam manojaha. That same example is giving here. Soyam devadattaha. Swamiji gives a different example. He gives an example about his swamis and all that. Because he's now a swami, And so he's meeting, it seems he's meeting one swami. And then another swami comes. And so these three swamis were classmates in the ashram long ago. Like that example he's giving. Okay. That you can go to Asha Vinash, download this Swamiji's talks, and then you can look at that example. Okay. But this is my example, real example, by the way. I'm not making it up. Okay. So, Soyam Devadattaha. Iti, look at the word. Iti. Iti means within quotation. Soyam Devadattaha. Iti. Iha cha. Iha cha means that process that made you say aha, oho, and all that process that made you say that process has to be applied here. Iha. Got it? Iha. In this tathvamasi context. Okay. And ekatā. And Chandrasekhara Bharati Mahaswamiji says, yeah, this is good. This is good. Saha. Then who is the Saha? Mahaswami says, Tat Shabdasya Tad Desha Tat Kala Vritti Vishishtaha. That Manoj is what? When I say that, my mind has already gone to a different city. It has gone to Hyderabad. It has gone to that 50 years ago. Correct? Different time altogether. Taddesha Tatkala. Then what about Ayam? This Manoj. What about this Manoj? Ayam. Ayam means this. This means here. This, the word this refers to something that all of us can see, all of us can agree that this pot that is there in front of us, this, that if I say something that is not visible, something I told you and referring to that is that. So that Manoj is Tatkala Taddesha Vishishtaha. Qualified by that space, that different time. Time is entirely different, and space also, different place also, different location. What about I am this, Yetad Kala, Yetad Desha. Vishishtaha, like that Swamiji explains. Yes, it is qualified by the present time and present location. The time scales are all different. Not scales. The times are different. The space, the locations are different. All right. And etad dasha, okay, with the tathā, that's what he says. Cha ekatā. Ekatā means what? Ekatā is taddesha, tatkala, etaddesha, etatkala rupam hitvā. That time and that space you drop. Just drop completely. This time, this space you drop. You drop completely. Then what will remain? The person behind Manoj will remain. Not the form, not his looks. It doesn't matter. His looks don't matter to me at all right now. And so nothing matters to me. His employment right now, his job now, does not matter. His family, even that doesn't matter. In the equality, it doesn't matter. Then slowly all details will come. Once I know the identity, then I just ask about all kinds of details. Iha ekatā kathyate. You can put kathyate there, which comes at the end of the sentence. And how does that equality come? How did you equate these two people when they are totally different? When one is 50 years old and the other is 10 years old? When you last saw him? Because this happened so many years ago. That's why. Two different people, two different forms, two different looks. Everything is different. And so how did you say these two fellows are identical? Well, that's what he's saying. Viruddhadharmāṃśamapāsya. Apasya. Rejecting. Apasya means dropping, rejecting, having given up, having excluded, rejected. Hitvā. Swamiji says hitvā. Mahabharati, Chandrasekhara Bharati, Mahaswamiji says hitvā in his commentary. Hitvā. What did I give up? Viruddhadharmāṃśam. You understand now? Amsham. The amsham. The part of Manoj, that part of Manoj which is viruddhadharma, which are all opposites and contrary to each other. All the things that are contrary, automatically I give up. I don't get a lecture from Ram on what are to be given up and what should not be given up. And there is like a Vivekachoodamani class. That class is not going on there. No class at all. All he said was that Manoj is this Manoj. And within the mind, all this happened. Without my knowledge, all those contradictory viruddhadharmāṃśam, I have done this. What did I do? Apasya. Asdhatu, Sanskrit students, apa purvaka asdhatu. The same as asubhuvi, from where you get the asti, staha, santi, asi, staha, stha, asmi, swaha, smaha. Same asi. That asi has the root as, the same root he is using Shankara here, apasya. Rejecting all those contrary attributes, I can equate. Oh, you Manoj. Identity has been established. Okay, so that is what he's saying here. And what remains? Devadatta Rupa. Don't write this down. Devadatta Rupa Visheshya Amshamatram. Visheshya Rupa. The person behind this Manoj. The person you love, the person you know very well, the person with whom you played so much, and that person alone stays, alone remains. Apasya. That is how something has to remain. If nothing remains, there is no question of ekatā possible. Okay, something has to remain. All right, this is all. We know all these things. And Swami Paramarthanandaji is quoting Swami Dayanandaji's example about two totally different things being equal, like a simple mathematical equation. 2 plus 5, not 2 plus 5. Let's do it this way. 3 plus 4 is equal to 9 minus 2. 3 plus 4 is equal to 9 minus 2. If you ask a child just learning mathematics, just 1, 2, 3 it learned, it might know, yeah, that is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 9. It will be happy to point out. Okay, where is 9? 9 is there. Where is 2? 2 is there. Like that the child can say. But the equation and all, no chance. The child has not even done addition, no question of equation. So for the child, it will just smile at this and it will just point to 9 and 2. And that's about all it can do. The two things, everything is different here. 3 is different, 4 is different, plus is different, minus is different, equal to sign is sitting in between. I don't know what that is. So it is all different. The two sides are different. But a person who knows mathematics, basic algebra, is not going to say these two are different. No chance. No chance. And so if the child has done this addition, that person will congratulate the child. Not bad, you're able to do addition properly. So that point, identity, the mind sees identity, not difference, not distinction, not disidentity, okay, not dissimilarity, identity. What kind of identity? Crystal clear identity. There is nothing but identity. 100% correct. Not 99% correct. It's 100% correct. 100% identity. So that Pujya Swamiji gives that example to help us understand that two apparently obviously different things, how they can be equal. And how did you, where is it, where is the equality? The equality is not even on paper. The equality is here. The equality is here. On paper is not equal. But because the equality is here, you can, if you're an auditor, if you're a CA or a CPA, you can put a check mark on that. Yeah, this is correct. This is correct. This is correct. Accounts are all correct. Okay. So, that is the ekatā here that we are talking about. And this ekatā is too important for us. Swamiji, Paramarthanandaji, just like E is equal to MC square is an equality that has revolutionized science, correct? It has opened up a whole branch of science. Until then, it is all Newtonian mechanics, Newtonian science. And now suddenly particles you bring and waves and quantum and mechanics and all, E is equal to MC square. Mass and energy, how can they be equal? So, explodes, science explodes. Then general theory of relativity, this and that, explodes. Like AI is just shaking things up. So just like E is equal to MC square, which also is an identity. Identity of very different things. I thought mass is mass. I know what mass is. I know what weight is. I understand what is 1 kilo. I understand what is 10 kilos. I understand what is 15 ml. You give Ayurvedic medicine, somebody said 15 ml. I understand 15 ml and I understand 1 liter milk that the milkman is giving every day. Everything I understand. Quantity, that mass I understand. Energy also I understand. To the extent I have studied, I understand. How can you equate those two? Yeah, you can equate those two. And so, all right. So like that, E is equal to MC square revolutionized science. But what about Jiveshwara Aikyam? It will revolutionize your life, he says. Your life it will revolutionize. Outside world, science is revolution, I think. What about this world? This world that is sitting here and nagging me all the time. This fellow also reached the revolution or not? I want to get away from all this. That happens or not? Get away from this revolutionized world? Is that what you're saying? Where can you get away? Where are you going to get away? No getting away is possible. So better get in, okay? Avritta chakshuhu. Who said Avritta chakshuhu? Yama told Nachiketa. When did he say it?
Maikshyat after Paranchikani.
Paranchikani Vitanat Swayambhuhu. Constantly looking out. That's why I'm looking out. And then I want to get out of this place. What get out? Anyway, so that is that kind of statement we are talking about here. Not simply, we want to simply talk about tathvamasi and walk away. We have to appreciate the context and why it's so important. And so yathā, look at this shloka. So the viruddhadharmāṃśamapāsya kathyate. Kathyate. Soyam devadattaha iti kathyate. Iti established. Established. The identity is established. Okay, kathyate. Bhagavan Chandrasekhara Mahabharati Swamiji says, nischiyate. Okay. Ascertained, established, demonstrated, shown to you. And you can't say no. After all these facts, I can't say this is not Manoj. I give up. I give up to what? I give up to the data presented to me. Okay, that is called kathyate. Soyam devadattaha iti iha kathyate. Jivaha ishvaraha iti kathyate. Okay, that kind of, that established, okay. And so, yathā means what? Yathā. So far only example, correct? Yathā. Tathā. So also, in the same manner, tattvamasīti vākye. Tattvamasī. Now bring tattvamasī also. And then viruddhadharmānubhayatra hitvā. Same thing he's saying. Ubhayatra. In both places. Ubhayatra. In both which places? Jiveshvara yoho. Jive tatha ishvare. Ubhayatra. In both places, there is what? There are qualities. Ishvara has some qualities, Jiva has some qualities, attributes. Is there any similarity between these attributes? You can try hard. You can try as hard as you want, but you have to say, okay, you have to say these are all opposite attributes. Ishvara is sarvajnaha. I am also a nyaha only. I also am a knower. I know a few things. Few. You have to put it with a lowercase f, and then you have to reduce the font size of the f. How should you reduce the font size? From 12 you have to put 11, and then 10, and then 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. After 1, I don't know if it will allow you to do it. So that few. And what about this guy here, Ishvara? So sarvajnaha. So there's no font size available also. And so sarvajnaha, alpajnaha. Sarvavyapi, alpavyapi. I have a big house, but I am only this much. The big house will make me big or what? At least I think I am big. Good for psychologically, it's useful. All these things. I think I'm a big guy. Okay, you keep on thinking like that. So that way, at least you won't bother other people. And so, sarvavyapi, alpavyapi, sarvashaktiman. I'm a great guy. I was a CEO, I did this, I built that, everything. Good. Keep thinking like that. So but still, you can't compare Sarva Shaktiman with Alpa Shaktiman. So Viruddhadharmān Ubhayatra. What have you do? Apasya or hitvā. Same meaning. Apasya and hitvā. See, look, Shankaracharya is using two different words to mean the same thing. Hitvā, you have to give up these things. If you give up the attributes, what will remain? That is what we are asking. What will remain? Hey, Ishvara is also Brahman, Maya Upadi Sahitaha Brahma. Maya Sahita Brahma is Ishvara. Then you have to, what remains is Brahman. What remains here is Atma. Without any attributes is Atma. Okay, so Atma remains here, Brahma remains there. And if you look into Atma, it according to the Shastram, it is pure consciousness. It is Chaitanyam. Okay, it is pure Chaitanyam. What about Brahma? Brahma also is pure Chaitanyam. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Here, Satchidananda Atma. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. I am Chidananda Rupaha. And that is Satyam Jnanam Anantam. There is no Satyam is Sat here. And Jnanam is Chit here. And Anantam is Ananda here. Identical. Both have to be identical. And so, viruddhadharmānubhayatra hitvā, that what is left he is going to say in the next shloka, akhanda bhavaha is going to say in the next shloka. So, so here, Bhagavan, yeah, go back to shloka number 60. Go back to shloka number, that is what I was looking for. There, Shankaracharya did mention briefly what remains. Okay, there the shloka is Panchanamapi koshanam nishede yuktita shrutehe. I hope you all got it, no? Number 60. You got it. Okay, so Panchanamapi koshanam nishede. Same apasya, nishede, negating. How do you negate panchakoshas? You have to break open the panchakoshas. You have to puncture the panchakoshas. How do you negate the pot? To see the clay. You have to identify clay, which is the essence of the pot. For that, do I have to break the pot? No, I don't have to break the pot. Please don't break the pot. Hey, you are seeing clay, really speaking. And so cognitively, you have to recognize clay. That is called negation of pot. That is all there is. Negation is a cognitive process. Exactly like I negated the attributes of Manoj of today. Just like I negated the attributes of Manoj of 50 years ago. That is how I got the equality. I did not have to go and hit him and then say, you sit down, you be 2 feet like you were 2 feet 50 years ago. Only then I can see you as Manoj. No, I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to touch him also. I didn't have to hug him also. Hugging comes afterwards, not before. Therefore, this negation, nishede, there what does he say? Nishede. How do I do this negation? Yuktitaha shrutehe. You be careful. You first listen. Shravanam Kuru, 10 years of Shravanam is required for this. And all adhikaritam, this, that, everything will have to come. Then Sharira, Stula Shariram Kim has to be asked. Then teacher has to say, what is Stula Shariram? All that has to come. Sometimes it seems obvious also. Good. If some things are obvious, that's very nice. And so you have to go through this entire process. Bhinnapya, what is it? Sannapya, Ubhayatmikano. Suddenly Maya will come and it will give you some sleepless nights. Okay, so all that you have to go through. And then only this Nisheda will happen. Okay, and so Yuktitaha Shrutehe, Guru Mukhat. Then Tan Nisheda Avadihi, look at the shloka. The Tan Nisheda Avadihi. How long do you have to do this? What is there a finality? Is there a culmination? Avadhi means culmination. If a stopping point is there or what? When did my negation of the two Manoj stop? It will stop. Without stopping, I can't hug him. It's not possible. So it stopped. The only thing that can happen is which Manoj, Chaitana's brother, that doubt can be there. Did he have a brother? All those doubts can be there. But once those doubts are cleared, then it is staring at you. Equality is staring at you. That is what it is. And so this is what he's saying. Tan nisheda avadihi avashishyate. Where did you see avashishyate?
एवावशिष्यते.
Anybody else?
Yesterday's Atmabodha.
Purnam.
Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat, which we are going to chant shortly, okay? And then you can figure out if the word avashishyate comes there or not, okay? Avashishyate means remains. What remains? Sakshi bodharupaha. Sakshi remains. Consciousness Sakshi remains. The so-called witness, so-called awareness that is always there, that can never go anywhere. That Sakshi remains, he says. So we are relying on that shloka number 60 to say here that viruddhadharmānubhayatra hitvā sakshi bodharupaha avashishyate. You can bring from the 60th shloka. Okay, that is my addition. And so let's look at the meaning of the shloka. Okay, so you know what? This shloka and the next shloka go together. So Swamiji has listed the two shlokas together and also given the translation together. So we will do the translation after we finish the next shloka. All right. So same idea. Nothing I said today is new to you, but it's good to give some different examples. Good to understand the nisheda. Nisheda is important, and good to understand that there is jahal lakshanam, there is ajahal lakshanam, there is jahad ajahad lakshanam. These are all good to think about. And sometimes when you're talking with your friends, when you you make a statement or she makes a statement, and you know, we are doing jahad here. Like that. Okay. So we'll pause with that. Okay. आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ